All right, while you're sharing that stuff out, so this is where I've been thinking about, and also good morning, TC. When we go live,
Good morning.
the vast majority of our viewers are on Twitter. By the way, thank you all of you Twitter viewers. You guys are fantastic. Yeehaw, super good. Having some kind of like couple minute sort of like this thing that we do every day. And I've been thinking about, like what's the top level story that we want to promote, right? The projects that have, kind of come on the show already, or that, we're really focused on, right? Obviously Nifty blocks and the Wax blockchain and different things like that. But like the meme token tsunami that's freaking coming for Wax, hopefully, maybe for sure, right? That kind of thing. Like, what's the kind of biggest arc of our story, and then kind of have that as a video that comes in with dramatic music at the beginning, so that we can go around and like tweet all over the place and do all the stuff. Because the link for Twitter doesn't go live until after we go live. So, welcome to our brainstorming session. What's up?
Welcome. How are you, Corey?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right.
Cool.
Like, you remember like a month ago, we were talking every once in a while, and like I was playing freaking video games and working. That was the whole thing. Like that's what my brain could handle, right? And I knew, and this was going on for a while. I knew that eventually I was gonna like the switch would go off when the timing was right. I just kind of had to trust that, right? And then it did. And like, holy crap! Like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm up and just like thinking and doing stuff and getting ready for things. And there's just, the fire hose is back on and it's jacked right into the back of my skull. So that's how I'm doing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
No, it's more than cool. The next level.
Yes. It's
Yes.
whatever level is 10x cool. Yeah. 100%.
Yes, exactly.
So today we were thinking about doing a little demo about how to start a collection on Nifty blocks, but we decided to postpone that. This is going to be for the meme token that we're going to be dropping. You guys are all going to dig it. Martian, we'll definitely do a collab. You guys are going to love that. It's going to be really fun. So instead, we're going to talk about a really amazing development on Wax called Liquid Staked Wax from Alcor. And then we'll go over some farms. Martian, if you have any farms that you want us to let people know about, just put them in the comments. Actually, anybody, if you have any farms you want us to kind of point out, we'll do that on the show here when we get to that part. Biggest thing for me, just selfishly, we've got a massive Lithium Keck farm that's going live later on today, and it's going to reward Keck and Lithium and Shipple. So that's kind of fun.
Cool.
I donated 1,000 wax of my Shipple stash to kind of be a little extra, yeehaw. Keck. All right, yeah, we'll take a look at that for sure. All right, so before we got on air, we were talking about the LSW stuff. You were kind of filling me in. So maybe like take it from the top. Like, what is liquid staked wax?
Yeah, basically, let's get one step back and let's just talk about staking.
Right.
So I guess everybody knows that on Wax, you can stake your Wax and use it to vote for the guilds. And it doesn't do anything in reality, but it doesn't do anything in the sense that normally in a delegated proof of stake blockchain, when you vote for a guild, for a block producer, you decide if he's going to be producing or not. On Wax, that works slightly different because it's the Wax team voting for the guilds through based on the evaluation of the OIG, and they decide who is producing and who is paid standby and who doesn't even make it to the paid standby, depending on a very clearly and well defined criteria that says that evaluates how much value are you bringing to the network. But when you stake your wax and you vote for a guild, normally you receive a reward for that. You receive an interest rate paid in wax. So basically, right now you have two choices. You can have your wax as it is, or you can stake it. But while you stake it, you cannot use it, and you have to wait at least 3 days to get your wax back.
Right. So that I think anybody that's been around wax, like you might have a good idea, but like my experience of that, because I had a little bit of wax staked over the bear market, and you basically have to come in and like actually vote over a certain amount of time, where you start losing your staking power. Is that still
Yes,
true?
the thing
Okay.
is that if you don't vote for guilds on a regular basis,
Yeah.
you lose you lose your staking power, and you don't get the rewards that you should be getting or you could be getting.
Right. That was my experience, right? Because I wasn't coming in all the time, and I kept trying to remind myself to do it, and it wasn't doing it or whatever. So then, liquid staking comes out, and basically Alcor says, "Hey, stake your thing here. You're gonna get a cool 8%. We'll handle all this stuff, and just walk away." I was like, right off the bat, I'm like, well, I wasn't hitting it. Like, I wasn't getting the reward I was supposed to get. So why wouldn't I do this? And then they have
Yes,
it.
but
Sorry, go ahead.
but the main difference is that when you stake your wax, you get nothing in return.
Right.
You know that it's there, it's in good hands, but you can't do anything with your wax.
This is the thing. I don't want to. That's the one detractor for me, which honestly, this is probably great for other people, right?
But I disagree with you.
Okay.
But we'll get there. But
Okay. No,
okay, then
I love this case. Just for me, I don't want to, because eventually, because I've got wax. So okay, this you can spend on crazy stupid shit like Keck. Go ahead,
yeah,
have
and
fun, right?
yes, and it can be used for a lot of things. I think it opens a lot of doors for wax because,
Yeah. True.
for example, now that you get a token back,
Yeah.
just imagine that there was a lending protocol on wax, that there will be one very soon. But when you have a lending protocol, you're staking your wax and you're making interest on your wax. So, for example, you're making, in this case, 8%,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But you still have the L
The LSW token.
LSW token, yes,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
LSW token, and you could go to this lending protocol and say, "Hey guys, here's my wax. It's
Ah.
making interest,
Hi.
but lend me money for that." And maybe they can lend you cake, or they can lend you USDT, or they can lend you any other token, and you can go, and if the interest rate for borrowing this token is lower than what you're getting for wax, then maybe it's interesting and you can use it for other things on wax. You could even say, "Oh, I will flip these NFTs, I will do this or that." So the ecosystem becomes way more interesting while you are still staking your wax and making an interest on that.
Yeah, that is amazeballs. That's gonna be really
Or
fun.
just imagine this: a crazy collection comes here or whatever, and you want to buy, just imagine that Funko is dropping something extremely cool, and that you were able to buy that drop with wax, but your wax is staked. Then what you do is that you take your liquid staking token, and you can sell it for wax immediately. You don't have to wait the 72 hours to
Right.
be able to use it.
Yeah, that's the what I wanted for me. Just it's like basically like having it frozen in the freezer. But it's true, like having it available now for me now. Like I'm
or
thinking about
or
it in terms
just imagine that wax goes to $5 tomorrow because of whatever. So you say, "Whoa, I want to sell my wax," but
I
you
can't argue
cannot
with
do it
that.
because it's staked.
Yeah, no, if it had some crazy psychotic pamp, yeah, I'd definitely sell half or more. So yeah, that's yeah, I mean, it really is interesting. And you're right, like getting the token back means that it's now a dynamic system and you can do a bunch of stuff with that. I heard there was an NFT marketplace that actually lets you use LSW to buy and sell NFTs. Is that true?
Yes, and that's exactly what we did today. We listed LSW so that it can be used as any token. So you have something staked, and creators can create drops or can create auctions or whatever using the liquid state token. So yeah, maybe you have it there and you can use it for other things, or you can do things. For example, what you were thinking about for um, for your single-sided liquidity pools, so that we're going to work with an NFT. What if you make that drop using a liquid staked wax? You will be receiving wax that is already making an interest, and that makes it much more interesting for you.
I mean,
Well,
sign me up. Just like TC said. So yeah, so you can just buy LSW off the market. So you can,
You
or you
could.
go to the earn thing, with where the pools and farms are. There's like a place where you can actually put your wax in and get
Yes,
LSW
but,
back.
but but the thing is this: buying it doesn't make a lot of sense, or unless there was an opportunity to arbitrage there. But normally, what you do is that you go to Alcor, to the website, and there you stake. They have a new options that allow you to stake the token, and if you want to get out, you just sell your LSW for wax in the market. We're not making it easy. Come on.
Okay, so I just figured out what's been going on my mouse. There's a little side button, and that's the back button. So the second I hit that, I get borked. I get kicked right out of the whole thing. I get excited. I'm like, oh, I needed to hit my mouse to go hit comments or whatever, and then I get booted out of the thing. By the way, Ken retweeted us. Thank you so much for doing that. If you're watching this right now on Twitter, if you share it out, you'll get good karma. Like this is a thing that is a scientific fact that I just made up. So that's fun. Okay, I want to get to the comments.
Let me quickly share here my screen.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Where do I share it?
Ken's talking to me on Telegram. He said, "Bro, I do that all the time. I need a cheaper mouse. Right? Like I need one of the ones from the '80s that only has like 2 buttons. Oh man. All right, let's go.
So yeah, so here's Alcor.
Yeah,
If you go to Alcor staking, you can directly go there and stake your wax to get liquid staking wax, liquid staked wax. So for example, if I go here and I say stake max, I will get basically the here it will be a little bit less of
yeah,
liquid state wax because this wax is going in value over time as compared to wax. And if you want to on stake instead of going to the regular way, well, you can do it here in a delayed way, this which will make a normal on stake, or you can go to instant swap, and there you can directly swap your wax for your liquid stake wax for wax, and that's how you do it.
yeah.
So it's very simple,
That's
and
cool.
you don't have to remember that you have to vote for the guilds or whatever. You will be receiving your more or less 8% APR constantly.
Sorry, I'm just trying. Ken's sending me all sorts of stuff. Ken, you're killing me, bro. Oh, he's asking friends to retweet. Ken, I love you, dude. He's a good dude. Anybody who thinks Ken is not a good dude doesn't know him and is wrong. That's all there's to it. Like that's a categorical fact.
I agree. I
So
fully agree with that.
have fun with that. Okay. Oh, by the way, Ken, my wife's talking about coming to Nashville for shitcoin. So like we're getting serious. I need to know when this shit is. She is a planner, which is great because as you well know, I am not. So okay, I want to touch on this real quick. Remember when when we first started talking about meme tokens, and also like everybody else calls them meme coins, and I get all uppity now. I'm like, nope, you can't. Like Bitcoin Jesus says you can't do that anymore, so you can't. Sorry, they're meme tokens. So Martian, he actually sent me this. I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago. And everything's blended together. I don't know what date it is. So he sends me this thing about Chad, and it's like a thing that they're doing in partnership with Keck Official, which I'm a huge fan of. I think that is an interesting way to go. And again, like when this Keck thing showed up and Wolf was going out, I'm like, man, there's going to be a dozen. I think there's going to be many, 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 but I think there's going to be a dozen good ones, right? And that gets me very, very excited. You look at Solana, there's not one meme token. I almost said coin, Ken. I almost said coin. Better meme token. There's like a dozen that are like catastrophic, like just really, really high. Stratospheric, that's the word I was going for. Stratospheric market caps, like very, very big. Just very, very big and legit. Right. So I think there's going to be a lot of legit ones. And again, like people should understand. And I've said this like every time we talk about meme tokens, I try to put this in here, and I bet I'm close to 100%. These things are inherently risky. They're new. They're,
Yes.
we're having fun with it. All sorts of things we don't even understand could go wrong with it. We don't know, right? So the
Well, I
big
think one of the main issues is that there's no volume for the meme tokens on
they're
Wax,
not
so you have to
not
be
even
very
that, right? So,
careful.
right, somebody, and so I mean that, like, the risk being somebody could come in and buy up half the supply on one of these things and then dump it, and then it could drop 90% in price
Yes.
compared, like, right. So like when they're low liquidity, you just have to expect crazy freaking moves all over the place because
Yes.
10 wax could do it. That's like when I first found Keck. TC's like, hey, look at this thing. I'm like, what? Okay, so I buy 10 wax worth because it's like what, 60 cents, whatever it is, and it like moves the price by 2%. I'm like, wait a minute. So I buy 100 wax worth, and I'm like, oh, I have a significant percentage of supply now. And that's like these stealth, like, the IDOs, right? The Dex launches or whatever. They basically start with nothing on one side in wax and like a decent amount on the other side of the token, right? And then it just kind of blends out as people kind of get into the market. That's
Yeah.
why, like, if you find these things early, it's kind of mental, right? So the low liquidity is something everybody needs to pay attention to. But again, there's other kinds of risks, right? Like, we don't know who Keck Official is. Honestly, like, I talk to him, almost every day. He is saying all the things that I would want somebody to say, to make a responsible thing, but we don't know, right? And there's going to be a lot of that, and I think there's going to be a lot of things that could go wrong in the meme token space on Wax. If you look at Sol, like 90% of the meme tokens over there are pure unadulterated garbage, right? And
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are constantly concerned about that. Now, granted, on Sol, it's like part of the culture. Like, yeah, you just throw some money at a token, and like maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Who cares, right? Like, they're not going to check the label on your underwear every single time you try and do something, which is kind of fun. But yeah, so like it's long story short, if you're putting in any kind of wax or anything else into one of these meme tokens, and you're in like some way like worried about it or not having fun, you're doing it wrong, in my humble opinion. Right? It's got to be like enough to
Yeah.
just like, dude, I just bought a token associated with a frog. Like, it has to be ridiculous, or it's insane. Right now, doesn't mean it can't get really really weird and maybe even really really big, but you have to assume your own risk. Like, nothing I say should matter to you in any way, shape, or form. Like, maybe Corey's interested in a thing or whatever, fine, you have to go do your own research and assume your own risk, because I'm sure as hell not assuming your risk, right? That's not on me. I didn't tell you to do
Yeah.
anything.
No,
You
no,
own
no,
that
and
shit.
and I think that additional people should know that they cannot trade huge amounts of money here because the volumes are too low. So if you're here with $20, $40, that's okay. But
Right.
yeah,
If you're here,
I
yeah,
would
if you're here
never
with a
use
hundred
more than that.
grand, yeah, and this is the thing, right? Like, the bootstrapping liquidity on Wax is going to be a challenging thing, right? Like, we don't have the luxury of swimming in the giant ocean that is the Sol market cap right now. So we have to bootstrap it, and I think we're going to be able to do that, which is going to be interesting. Yeah. So TC got, what did you say? Like 17%? No, 17 trillion for one Wax at the beginning.
Wow.
What? So that's what happens when TC finds a thing and just like weak. So that you can get lucky. Couldn't happen to a better dude. So yeah. So anyway, long story short, I wanted to talk about Chad. So Chad is this thing that's a partnership with Keck. It's with the Martian. The Martian does shows. He's got a collection. We'll talk about the Keck farm here in a minute. He's got his own token already, but they're launching this Chad token. He sent me a picture of the Chad thing. It's hilarious. Great meme token, fun. Deflationary, 4% burn on every transaction. Couple little other things like going to the team and going to a rewards pool, right? Like, inspired by sort of what Keck did, and
Yeah.
I think it's at the very least it's going to be interesting, right? So he's going to be trying some cool things. He's already good at collaborations and giving stuff away. I've seen that in the Keck channel a bunch of times. So it could be good. It could be a lot of fun. Another one. This is on the Solana blockchain.
That's on
Sol,
Solana. Yeah.
legit meme token. I actually got a tiny little bit. I was very very excited about it. I'm probably going to get more. This is what I'm finding. This is how I know it's bull market, Juan. Almost every other day, I'm like, should I have to buy more Wax or Sol? Like, it's that space. You know what I mean? And like, I don't have very much money for this. So I'm like making tip money and throwing it in the bank. I'm like, okay, well, I'll buy $50 of Wax or whatever it is, right? But that's, now you know. So yeah, Ken's doing some awesome stuff. Again, like we had him on 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. He's got so much shit going on now. We're gonna have to have him back really, really soon to talk about all
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff. There's like a cartoon NFT collection. There's this Sol meme token, bunch of stuff, right? And of course, he's still working with his Voria.
Yeah.
He's watching us on like 10 different. Okay, he's got us on twice on 3 different monitors. Okay, cool. That's weird. I don't understand why that's going on, but I mean, apparently we're prettier cloned. So yeah, we'll have the Martian on one of these days to talk about the Chad and why he's doing it and that kind of thing. And again, like we're launching one. We have a really big vision for it. That's a lot more along the lines of what Wuffy did than what Keck is doing. But Keck is I think building up to the point now where they're doing a lot of community collaborations and that kind of outreach and stuff. And that's what I'm here for, right? Like that. Anytime you see any of these projects that start to really dive into their own community and connect those communities with other communities,
Yeah,
it's cool.
but
It's fun.
now that you talked a few minutes ago about the deflationary, that you have a small tax to pay every time you make a transaction.
Yes.
For example, if you go to Solana, your wallet will tell you immediately you're swapping a token that has a tax of X%, and you will be warned. On Wax, I really miss that, because if you transfer something,
exist.
if you exchange something, you don't know, and
just get an
people
error.
might get disappointed because
Right.
they don't know that is happening.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, and this is going to be part of where the education rate. Because I'm not sure. Well, who knows? Like if we got big enough, then Wax might have the incentive to kind of put those error messages in there. Or Wax on Edge could probably do it, right? They could probably do a pop up when it recognizes that there's a thing like that.
Yeah, but Wax on Edge will be able to do that in when you're exchanging. But if you're sending the token to somebody else,
right,
you don't know that it's going to happen anyway.
You don't know. Right.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like that, if you buy it and you have absolutely no idea and that happens, well, you're gonna find out. Well, and seriously, like how many people grabbed it and they were trying to do something with it, or like, why is this not working? Why is this not working? I made the same mistake, for the record. Like I'm used to kind of, if I'm gonna exchange something, I might exchange all the stuff in this one wallet to Wax or Shill or whatever. And it wasn't working, and I didn't know why. And I'm like, oh wait, you got to take 5% off, because it's literally going to take 5% off the transaction when you do it. So you just got to figure it out. So yeah. So Martian's just shilling the hell out of Chad, which is exactly what you're supposed to do with meme tokens, for the record. Chad's going to be revolutionary, trusted Docs team, devs and designers who worked for Thrive, weekly live streams, and more. I mean, this is the way, bro. I mean, this is it's going to be good. I mean, am I going to own some Chad? Probably. I was like, I was thinking too, I've been Googling, meme tokens on Sol all morning, and continuing to learn about how they're doing things and what the successful ones are doing, or whatever. Maybe because Juan and I are going to be playing in that field at some point. Maybe not. Who knows? Just kidding. We are.
Yeah. The thing with all the meme tokens on Sol now is that you also have a lot of scams, just like the NFT projects that were scams on the previous cycle.
Yeah.
Now you have the same for meme tokens. There's a lot of scams there, and people will pump it, and the team disappears with all your money.
It's tough. And again, like that's the risk, right? Like at any point, we don't know who Keck is. There's it could get giant and they could decide to do that. Now, like, I'll probably eat my pinky toe if they do, because I really don't think that's going to happen. But we don't know, right? So again, assuming your own risk, period.
Yeah, same here. I don't think that's going to happen, but you don't know.
Right. It's not us, right? So it's important to understand that, right? And so again, I've been thinking about this too, on like, I don't know the Martian yet. I've seen him do some really fun things, so I'm already a fan, right? So that this idea where, and obviously like Ken, like I've got Ken token on Wax, right? And it's been taking a siesta like Uplift did, but something's gonna happen there, so I'm not getting rid of it, right? Like there's people that you know personally. It's like a different story, right? So that's gonna be good, and I think we're gonna be able to create a network of that. Like Shipple's another good example, right? Like, we know that guy. We know exactly what he's doing. We know why he's doing it. We know it's super legit. Like I have 1,000% trust on what he's doing personally, right? But then I know him. Not everyone else does, and that's fine. So anyway, 6 months from now, there's going to be 10 legit meme tokens in our like little family. Like I'm going to have a basket, and that basket, is going to do good. People might get tired of us talking about meme tokens, but I don't think they will. There's 90 people here right now, and here's the thing, and this is the thing that I think is going to come up all the time, and I'm going to stop ranting. Maybe I can't promise that.
Okay.
Um, the like some of the things that I've been seeing, the cat with hat, right, which is hilarious in its own right. I didn't look at the market cap; it's probably insane. Alcy, that I got introduced to, is doing some promo work for them or whatever, right? So they did
Yeah.
the same thing that Dog with Hat. I love this timeline is so ridiculous. So Dog with Hat went up by like 14,000% or some ridiculous thing. Like, it's just absolutely absurd. How much this thing has gone up since January, right?
Yeah.
So Cat with Hat comes out and they start doing the same kind of things, and they're having some really good results or whatever, right? Like, so I want to make sure that caveat goes out to people in a way that they understand, right? Because like people who miss the boat on some of these things, they're going to be all negative about it. They're going to be critical. Fine, be critical. Great,
Yeah.
good for you, right? We're adults. We're having fun with these ridiculous frog memes. It is a weird thing. Now, always buys the top in every cycle, and they're going to be mad, and I get it, right? So that's part of this weird game that we're all in. But
Yeah, and just like with NFTs, there will be people that you said they bought the top of they bought the top,
yep,
and many of those projects will disappear during the bear market, and you
it's
will never ever see your money again. So you have to know that that is a big risk.
It's a huge.
So
And how many times? One, you were
yeah,
probably on. Like, how many times when I was doing shows with Jimmy did I say that this space is exactly like the startup space in San Francisco or Silicon Valley or whatever it is, right? 50 projects that people invest in over there, one of them is going to make it, and they know that, right?
yes, yes.
49
Well,
are going
no,
to fail.
I think that's the problem. People does not know that or does not want to believe that.
Well, honestly, like,
But
this is
that's
why the
going to
SEC
happen.
exists. Yeah,
It's like startups. One in I don't know how many thousands will become a unicorn. The
yeah,
rest, maybe you will make back your investment, or maybe you will make nothing. And
right.
here it's exactly the same.
It is. It just is. Like, this shit is hard.
Yep,
From personal experience, it's hard, right? Like, and
yep.
we got completely and totally, railroaded at the uplift, and it's only still alive because I don't know how to quit. Like, it just breaks my heart, the idea that it's not going to be something, right? Is it going to be as big as it was before? Probably not. Who cares? It's a little bit better than it was last week, and I'm very excited about that. Nefty never went away. They're constantly getting better or whatever. There's a lot of projects that I think, honestly, were trying to do really amazing things and failed, and they should be allowed to fail. They should be allowed to fail, in my humble opinion. Anyway.
I fully agree with that.
All right. So that being said, let's say just for the sake of argument that Wax has its moment, which it goddamn should, in my humble opinion, right? It's at like 300 million market cap right now. It goes to 3 billion, which would be great. It's what, 60 cents, whatever it is. I don't know how to math.
I don't know. You have to do the math.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
not
know what would be the price there.
right. Yeah, if that happens this time, of course we don't know, but if it does, I think it's going to be meme tokens to drive it. I really do. And the pipeline to sell, might be a way for, and like, think about, like, 3 billion market cap is like a freaking snowflake on the mountain of snow that is Solana, right? It's like a
Yeah,
tiny fraction of it's a tiny percentage of what's over there, right? So even if just the absolute, crazy weirdos from Solana come over to Wax to try and, start lifting up some low cap, weirdos, right? It could get really nuts. And that's kind of where, again, like, all the caveats, don't ever forget those. I'm gonna, just remind you of that if you ever get annoyed about any of this. But it could also get nuts. People have changed lives with these tokens, like many, 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 many,
oh
many
yes,
lives. It's insane, right? And it can also
yeah.
be an absolute ridiculous amount of fun. Like, just the memes in the Keck channel yesterday are like, they were worth the price of admission. It just is good. It's good.
It's
So,
good.
so I wanted to say, selfishly, that Lithium and Keck, we're launching a new farm today. The liquidity farm kind of went away. And this is the thing, like, one thing I caught it, like, when I was talking to Keck official about it, like, so the farm runs out. I think it was like 2-3 days ago or whatever. It's like, okay, well, let's announce one, but like give it a couple 3 days. They were trying to see like who's gonna like literally unstake and run 5% burn, 5% burn, 5% burn, right? I didn't, because
Yeah.
like I don't want to lose that 5%, and I know there's another one coming, so I'm just gonna leave it in there and wait, right? So I left it in there. Wait, there's a new farm coming online today. It's gonna have, I don't know how much keck it's gonna have, but it'll probably be pretty good. And a bunch of lithium and a bunch of shill that I donated for the hell of it, right? So it's going to be a good little 30-day farm.
Yeah. Do you know exactly how it works in when you have the farm? Because every time someone buys, the other token is transferred, then a 5% will be burned even in the pool, right?
No,
No,
I
are
don't.
you
I
sure?
don't think so. So that's a good question. Um, I don't
Yeah.
believe that's the case, because there's really only two transactions, right? When you put the token into
Yes.
the pool, right?
There
That's
you lose
one. That's
5%.
yours, right?
Yeah.
And when you get it, so I think when you get it, it might also
Yeah, when you get it, you
do
will
do that,
there will
right?
be another
I
5%
mean, burn
tax
baby
thing.
burn.
Yeah.
Fine, go. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, I don't know why I love that so much, but I really do. Just I think I look at the sort of medium to longer term of it all, right? And there's less, and this probably won't stay this way for very long, just because like the movements were completely insane. But in the beginning, there's less going out for liquidity rewards and like community rewards going on right now, than has been burned, right?
Yeah.
So like less is coming out than is getting destroyed right now. And again, like I don't know how long that lasts for, or if he could sort of like manage it so it stays like that. But just like think about that for a minute. Just think about it for 60 minutes, because it's kind of weird and epic potentially. And again, like all of these things, comes down to attention, right? If nobody cares, then it won't
Oh,
matter anyway,
yes.
right? If you don't have a whole lot of transactions, then it doesn't matter. Oh, look at this! Look at this! This is why our show is the shit. I mean, I enjoy it, but again,
Cool. So the pool
yeah,
contract has in your feet, so transfer from pool. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
man. Thank you so much for watching, Keck, so that
Yeah.
you can fill us in on this. It's really good data right off the bat. Join hello. Works I can't watch live. Just popping in to say hello. Really enjoying this new series and watch every recorded episode. Have a great day, dude. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell, Juan and I are also enjoying it. Oh shit, it's good to be back, and it just the vibes are like 99% good.
Yeah.
Probably a little higher actually than that, so that I'm really, oh hey, there's 101 viewers right now. Our record is
Oh,
103.
cool.
So if you guys were to go and like share this out on Twitter or YouTube or whatever channels you guys are in, if we get past 103, I mean, this nipple right here will get hard, and you may or may not want that. Anyway, shit. Either way, like it just, yeah. Juan and I had a feeling that this show, I mean, I knew it was going to be fun, but that it would, we could get some success with it. But thanks to you guys, it's gone, a lot better than
Yeah.
we expected a lot earlier. And honestly,
Yeah,
like,
it's amazing.
I'm not going to say it's meme tokens, but it's meme tokens. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Ken's sending me pictures again now. He's got so many cool things. Like, dude, just book a day. Like, we're gonna get you back on the show anytime you want. You know that. TC, dude, I can't get over the fact that you got 17 trillion for one wax. So this is the thing, and Chad, Martian, we need to have you on, because I really want to understand. Like it's what, like this Keck thing really was a stealth launch, right?
Yeah.
And like TC kind of found out about it or whatever, and just kind of hit it, which is hilarious. Like it wasn't announced. It's just like, oh, do boop, and then suddenly he tells me about it, and Dapper found out about it, and then everything goes nuts. So hey, we're at 103. One more, we break a record. That's cool. So like we know Chaz coming, great, right? It's sort of
Yeah.
Keck inspired with
And
its tokenomics.
when is Chad launching?
That's the thing. I don't know. We'll find out. I think he might have said soon. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's pretty soon. We'll
Yeah,
find
but
out.
we need to stay
Well,
on
this
top of that because I
right.
want to
This is
be
the
one of the
question,
early
right?
buyers.
Hungry. That's exactly it. Like, what is it? And I was asking him. Like, he told me about the idea yesterday, day before, whatever it was, in DMs. And I'm like, man, I love that the stealth launch IDO idea, like that. You know, obviously because I fucking benefited from it like a lot. Yeah, I got real
Well,
lucky, which is fun. But you know, and again, don't get it twisted. I bought more Keck yesterday, so you know, I got
yeah, me
lucky in the
too.
beginning. But
I bought a lot of cake yesterday to drop to the Betsy holders, so you
dude,
might be
oh.
receiving some.
Dude, I bought 20 of those 3 weeks ago and I have not looked back. We need to talk about Betsy's actually. I need to get you. We just need to book a day where you talk about that. First time I ever messed with it was today, and it was the most Ethereum NFT experience I've ever had on Wax. And like
Really?
the people are fucking sleeping on Betsy's for real. Like it was really, really fun. And like you guys could start launching more accessory packs down the road. You know, like
Well,
there's just
tomorrow we will be launching the accessories for the Apex game. Even if you can already use the Betsy's to play Apex as commanders, but
yeah.
we have a nice dress to be used for the Betsy's on Apex, and I will drop for all the Betsy holders troops and some cake also because cake is fun.
See how we got 109 now. Like, A, you're getting free alpha. B, one, I love that you're thinking exactly the same way that I am. I keep telling everybody in Uplift, blend up to the 10s, take your lithium from the exchange, send it to the website, get some upliftium NFTs back, blend them up to 10, because I'm going to target those things like it's my job, right? Like we're learning from the big things that Monk did. And that's really fun. And now, like, I bought some Betsy NFTs. I had no effing clue what we were going to do with it. I just knew I know one, so he's gonna think of something. And you know, here we are. I'm gonna get some Keck and I'm gonna get some troops because I need them for Apex Warrior and like all this other stuff. It's gonna be really good. So yeah, Alcor 50% IDO. It's gonna be announced soon for the Chad. So 50% of supply in the IDO, like right, like so. I'm
Ooh,
assuming Martian,
awesome!
like maybe we could live stream. Maybe we could live stream the start as long as you guys don't
That
mind
would
that
be
I go
amazing
silent because I try and
as
buy
long as
some.
I have the chance to buy.
Right. It's like, yeah, we're gonna launch it while we're on air, but like, I'm not gonna say anything for 5 minutes while I try and smash the pool. Oh no. So yeah, 3K Keck is gonna be added as rewards for the Chadwax rewards. That's hardcore. That's honestly that's something I'm doing. Like I've got I think I'm rocking, you know, a couple different accounts because I don't need to be on leaderboards, but you know, I think I'm rocking about 6 trillion right now. And you know, one is for the giveaway on Twitter if we hit that, which I'm sure we will. By the way, at Corey Cottrell on Twitter, if you look at the pinned thing, go and retweet the Keck thing there. Once it hits 1,000 retweets and 1,000 wax wallets, I'm going to airdrop a trillion Keck to 250 winners. Basically, a quarter of the people that do it are going to win. So that's fun. But yeah, like it, you know, having a little bit for rewards and stuff is really fun. But I'm telling you, like, I'm kind of sitting on it. Where do you go? We lost your video. We still have audio. There he is.
Oh, I'm back without a background, but it's
How do you
okay.
know? I mean, those are pretty over there. I like that. Yeah, I just have this. I have this feeling, and again, like, there's a significant probability that I'm wrong, right? But like, what if Keck goes absolutely bananas, and I can reward the Uplift community 10 times as much later, right? So that's kind of like I'm doing a lot of giving away right now. Like, you know, pretty soon I will have given away about 2.5 trillion. Nothing like Dapper or the Martian. These guys are freaking maniacs, but you know that's part of my plan, right? Like, you know, it's one thing to have this stuff. It's actually better if you give it away because then more people have it and it's more fun. And honestly, like what you
Yes.
have left could end up being worth double. Like it's weird, super weird and fun. Anyway, want me to come up to X now? Martian, we'll set a date because I want to promote it and let people know. But yeah, and when you
Yes.
do it, let's talk about doing it. Let's talk about doing it live. That would be really fun, right? Because like, how many times has there been a live IDO of 50% of a token on Wax live on a channel? I'll give you a hint. Probably none. Right. So again, we want to talk about Nifty blocks. There's going to be a billion things that you can do on Nifty blocks with meme coins, but meme tokens don't kill me. Damn it.
Yeah. Meme tokens, Corey, please.
Man, thank you guys so much for sharing. We're at like 116 right now. You guys are savages. It's just ridiculous. That's fun. Man. So anyway. Oh, hey, he's over on Twitter now. He's like, hey, you want me to come over to X now? Sure. So he goes over to X. All right. Can you call it? I can't call it X yet. I don't know, because maybe just because I'm
No.
old and like Twitter's been around for so long that like you can't just call Twitter X. I mean, he did and he can, but like I can't yet. It's just not something that I'm capable of doing at this point. Anyways,
Yeah.
so actually, you know what? I'm gonna go look at the farm page on Alcor. I wanted to show people what's going on some of them. Just I think people are sort of missing this. I think somebody on the Keck channel in Telegram was talking about the fact that like people just they don't know, because like sometimes the APRs are like, I don't know, like 1,000%. Like if you hit these pools at the right time, right? You always have to be worried about impermanent loss. You have to do your own math on that, right? Like there was one, just as an example, like if you have, you know, one token go up and the other token go down, like that imbalance outside the market can have a real effect on kind of the total value of everything you have in there, right? So just be watchful of that. It sort of takes some practice to kind of get used to it. And I can't even tell you that I'm very good at it yet. I just really like doing this. So that, you know, I initially we started the lithium Keck pool before Keck went bananas, right? So we set it up, and I had a bunch of people like, how is there so much Keck in there? This is too much Keck to be rewarding. I'm like, dude, we started it when it was like not worth anything, right? And so, you know, it ended up so that you know, how much Keck I had. If I had it out, I probably would have made more net, right? Like I probably would have, you know, it would be worth more right now if it was outside of the pool, because it grew faster
Yeah,
than
of
lithium.
course.
But I'm not 100% sure of that. I made probably a 500 billion Keck while it was in there, and you know, a little bit of lithium, and so you know the ROI on it, like I'm not sure, because lithium obviously did pretty well over the last couple of weeks as well. So it's interesting, right? So this, you know, be cautious about, pay attention about it. Now, granted, like when you make a move with Keck, try and stick it, because if you keep moving it around, burn, and that's
Yeah.
good for me and everybody else, right? So again, for anybody who doesn't know, and I know I keep, you know, beating this like, you know, a redhead stepchild. I don't know why redheaded stepchilds have it so bad. It's terrible. But you know, that 5% burn, I am deeply fascinated with it, right? So 3% just gets burned, gets wiped off the face of the earth. I think it's like 11 trillion's been burned already out of a 420 trillion, you know, total supply. I think there's like 150 trillion out right now, whatever it is. So you know, that's significant. It's a big deal. It's been around for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
right? But then 2% goes to, like, automatically redirects to a rewards account, and there's going to be a one-sided staking vault, right? You put your Keck in here and you leave it in there, and you're going to get a share of rewards of all of the activity that's going on, right? So I have like piles of Keck that, you know, is not going to be in liquidity. It's just going to be in there, and you know, I'm not going to take it out for at least 6 months, and depending on how it goes, maybe never, right? Like
Yeah,
there's
you never know. No, at some point you have to take profit. Otherwise, what's
no,
the?
if I'm getting rewards the whole time now, and this, I guess it should be like, if the rewards automatically get tacked on to your
Okay.
stake,
Yeah.
then you're right. I would be taking some out. But if the rewards are, you know, and Keck, maybe if you're watching this, maybe you can tell us kind of what's on your mind, what you have envisioned, right? Like if those rewards are coming to my wallet, that is my profit, right?
Yeah.
And I don't ever have to touch the principal, and I could just, you know, be entertained by, you know, the trickles that are coming out, because you know, $1 billion market cap for a meme token is apparently not breaking any laws of physics, right? Is that going to have any Keck? Probably not, but like also not 100% not. Those odds are fun. I'm a huge fan. You know, that, and that to me, like that, you know, the I totally love the idea. For me personally, this is all another bet, right? I don't have that much into it. That's the whole point. And I can afford very happily to just never do anything about it and just leave it. And, you know, maybe it'll succeed, maybe it won't, whatever. And it just, again, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong.
Yes.
Good talk. Can you guys hear the lawn guys out there?
No.
Oh, good. That's awesome. It's
No.
pretty loud.
But
Excellent.
we have something here. Chat announcement will be on our live stream next Saturday, 5 p.m. EST. So that one is important.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I guess it would probably make sense for you guys to launch it live on your channel because
Yeah.
you
Oh,
already have a really good.
absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
that said, we can be live at the same time.
Yeah,
And
but that's 5 p.m. EST. Man, you'll have to buy some of that for me because that's very late for me.
no, the announcement's going to be on their live stream, not
Ah, the
necessarily the
announcement. Yeah,
launch.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
True.
yeah. So make the drop earlier so that Juan
Yeah.
can get it.
Otherwise, I won't be able to make it. I won't make it.
All right, so I'm not into manifestation, but if I was, I would want to manifest like 10 unbelievably successful meme tokens with good teams running them that are
Yeah.
just good humans, and it goes absolutely bananas. And we make Wax Moon because everybody has to buy Wax to get into our meme
To get
tokens,
into the
right?
space.
I mean,
Yes. Yes,
that's
absolutely.
what happened to Soul. At least in part. I don't know the whole solar story, so I shouldn't speak out of turn. But yeah, I mean, again, breaks no laws of physics. And if I do have a fault, it's being unbelievably excessively optimistic. But only excessively optimistic people are there when the crazy good shit happens. So I
Yeah.
imagine that most
True.
of you are the same way, and that we can work with that. We can do stuff with that, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not excited at all. And honestly, like, million ideas a day, million connections a day. Again, I keep talking about this, but I'm excited about it. The Keck lithium pool farm launches later on today. There's still Nefty farms all over the place. There's shill farms all over the place. We're probably gonna have to do a show where we like literally just spend 10 minutes, going over all of our friends' farms because there's so many of them. And a lot of them are really good. One that's going to launch. We're going to have Broken Dolls on, by the way. I'm working with him on getting a
Oh,
date for that.
awesome. It's been
Yeah,
a while since the last time I
me
talked to
too.
him,
Lisa,
and he DM'd me on Discord, and I kind of ignored him, not on purpose. So yeah, it will be amazing to have him here, and yeah, oh man, yeah.
yeah. So Lisa Chandler was telling me that he was making art while his town in Israel was getting bombed on October 6th or whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
baller. Anyway, so he's got a token called Broke, and there's going to
Yes,
be
yes.
right. Dapper keeps raining it on the Keck channel. Love that dude. And I had no idea what it was. I didn't know it was his. It's even more exciting now. So we're going to be launching a Broke lithium farm on Taco, I think, in the near future. You got a community grant from the Uplift to do that. And he put in $100 worth of Broke, I think. So that'll go live. We'll announce that
Oh, we
when.
should we should create also a broke Nifty farm there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll be good. Man, all
Nice,
my
yeah.
Nefty's gonna get put to work. This is the way. I am very, very excited about this. Well, and now, like, I want to go buy like many more Betsy's. Like that. Looking at that today, like I'd never messed with the Betsy.me, thing before. Like that sort of combination mechanism is really fun. And I've never like highlighted any of my NFTs on Nefty before. I'm excited to do that. I've just never
Oh,
had the one I
let's
want
do
to.
that. We should do that in a live stream. Maybe just configure a Betsy, dress her
Yeah,
up,
no,
and
that's what I'm saying. We have
yeah,
to
yeah,
we
yeah,
have to do a Betsy show. Like for
yeah,
real.
absolutely. I
There's
like that idea.
what, like 9,000 supply. How much? What's the total supply?
I think it's 10,000 or
10,000.
999, something like that.
Okay.
I think we were too optimistic. I'm always
No,
too
honestly, no, no,
optimistic.
no, no, no. You're not too optimistic. It just that you were ahead of the time. That's it.
N-
Because like,
No, the real problem is that we were late
oh,
because
for the last bull market. I was just saying, like, you
we
weren't late.
we
You were
released
early for
Betsy
this one,
1 year late.
or you were early for this one.
Or we were early. Yeah, but yeah, you never know.
Yeah, no, I do. I know. I mean, here we are. We're building it, and it could totally work. So yeah, it's early.
So
It's like,
I
now,
see
was it
that
way
you're
too
more
early? Yes.
optimist than me.
Yeah, no, it's a failing. But I mean, look at it, like, just from seeing it, there's so much there already, right? So many projects are going to be kind of bootstrapping from the ground up, or what. You guys have a baller thing already. People just don't know about it. And I honestly think once they test this thing out, like, if you're really into NFTs, like, if you're not, it's probably not gonna matter, right?
Yeah.
But like that, there's so much that you guys have done already, and that you could do with it. I mean, what about like t-shirts or hats? I remember that the JRG guy had the PFP project that went out, and there was some with like uplift shirts and one with like the little uplift hat thing or whatever. I
Yeah.
DJ'd the crap out for those things. Like that was really fun. So like having another 10, 20 partner projects, like the projects that partner with bags, right? We do like
Oh,
a launch on
that sounds
Betsy,
cool. Yeah.
right? That has all of these partner project accessories, and it goes out for bags, and half the bags gets burnt or whatever, right? All that stuff goes out there. You need a base Betsy to make it work,
Yeah.
right? I only had 2 cups of coffee this morning. I do this all day. Oh man, that's fun. So yeah, showing how so we're pushing an hour already, but TC, we'll do a whole show on that maybe tomorrow. Because I think tomorrow is Scrawn from the Colony. That's gonna be really fun. We're gonna be
Tomorrow
going
we
over.
have someone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Ant Colony. And they actually have a venue on Taco, which I've never really used these things. I don't really understand how they work. So we're going to get an idea of what that situation is like. Again, Taco has been around the wax ecosystem for a long time. I met the team. They're amazing. They've been doing really, really good things. And again, the whole bear too, which is not an easy thing to do. So he's got a venue there that's giving out Shipple packs, and it's giving out Upliftium DGen packs, and like basically rewarding our sort of collective community. I'm going to be surprised if Keck starts spitting out on one of these things. And so he's going to show us how that works and how to play around with it. And so, yeah, huge thanks to Scron for doing that. And then maybe Friday we could just do like a farms special, because I don't think we're going to be ready to do the collection thing yet. We might want to wait till Monday.
You never know. You never know.
Keep threatening me with a good time, sir.
No.
Yeah, see, there you go. Buy Keck shirts with Keck. Like if you could buy specific gear with specific tokens, that'd be pretty fun. And here's the thing: you tell me, cool. And it's your collection. You know more than I do, but something that I'm sort of feeling at, and I talked to Bullshibbles a lot about this at Uplift. Like we're trying to go from less than 0 to 1, right? Like very quiet, and it was frankly a juggernaut at the top, right? So we're trying to move an oil tanker. I'm trying to move that oil tanker an inch. I want to get it into motion. It's got to have a speed greater than 0, and we have categorically done that, right? It's happened. I'm really excited about it. But for me, it's like we want to live or die by secondary market. If I sell anything, I'm gonna burn it. Like that's sort of my philosophy right now. I have an idea for a little NFT that will sell for 1 million Upliftium. I want to sell 338 of it. I want to send it all to the burn account, and that'll burn 1% of circulating supply.
Cool.
Now, all those NFTs are out there. Now, if I give people a reason to have those NFTs, we live or die by secondary market, right? So if you have the collection out there and you're giving people tons of reasons, still sell the base models, because again, like it's an amazing collection. You guys have put an absolutely insane amount of work to do, right? But if you guys are selling like a pack that has like Shipple, Uplift, and like Keck gear in it, randomized, because you'd always randomize it, I'm buying that all day. And like maybe you burn the token or maybe you don't, but I just like I would need it. So I have to dress right here. I am dressing up NFT dolls as a relatively old man. Oh shit, that's freaking fun. Buy Keck shirts with Keck. TC, do not let me forget this. I don't know if you guys remember Andre Bello. He was around early days of the Uplift. Really, really sweet dude. He's a dev. He's actually created a system. I've been working with him over the bear on a little bit here and there. But basically, for projects that get onboarded, you're going to be able to allow your fans or your community to own an NFT in that wallet, and that NFT will allow you to print a t-shirt or other kind of merch on that thing. If you don't have the NFT in your wallet, you cannot print the merch. So that's something that then any project is going to be able to sell kind of merch styled NFTs for whatever they want. And they'll be able to list it on Andre's site, and then you'll automatically be able to get the merch from that. Because like I miss my Uplift shirt, just is gray now. Like it doesn't have anything, which is sad. I had like 9 of them. But yeah, so TC, don't let me forget. I've been meaning to touch base with him over the last couple of days, and Juan will have him on too, because he's a sweetheart.
Cool.
He's been doing some stuff. So yeah, merch from NFTs is a thing that will boot up this cycle, I think, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, before getting on the show, like, oh, are we gonna have anything to talk about? Answer yes. That's the thing too. I saw Dapper on Twitter started to look at the movers and shakers on like the price movement. And again, this is probably on like the microcast on TC. I don't know how you found Keck, but like I've never looked there before because I'm like, to me, all that stuff is just pure noise. But if it's pure noise where you can spend a wax and get a significant percentage of circulating supply,
Yeah.
like maybe you spend 100 wax on 100 different projects, expecting that 99 of them are just stupid, right? Like why,
Yeah, ridiculous.
it gets weird. Again, I want to reiterate this. I really want people to understand this. And this is, I said this a million times last cycle, and I know people will miss it, but for you people, 134 people now that are watching, and honestly, like, guys, thank you so much for sharing it out. I'm like genuinely grateful that we get to have some of your time together here. But let everybody understand that it really is like Silicon Valley, only probably like a little bit worse, right? Silicon Valley, 49 out of 50 projects will fail. Every investor there knows it. They planned for it. They invest for it, right? And also, like, NFTs, this isn't like you're not buying a security, right? Like, it's a thing that you can have fun with. The price might go up, the price might go down. Here's your stamp, right? Like, it's a whole thing. But really understand, and again, like, I'm biased here because it would have been nice if I had received more. I definitely got it from all of my friends. Grace for the projects that don't make it, because it's not easy, right? And again, like, some of them just disappear, and that feels really shitty. They're probably terrified of people screaming rug at them 24 hours a day. So I get it. And again, like, some of them really are assholes. I mean, that's just, we know some of them. I unfortunately partnered up with some of them, so I get it. I get it. Anyway, yeah, but again, I want to remind people of that, so that when we go out and we're doing all of the crazy things that we're doing, we can just get on with the fun, assume the risk, carry on, rock and roll. We just hit 140. You people are insane. Lee, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't even started giveaways yet for the show. Like, we have plans for this show.
Yes. Come on, we have to get serious with that.
Dude. It's funny too. We were talking about, like, oh, maybe we should start an NFT collection, and that conversation turned into the big thing that we're planning. Like, but what if we did this other thing? And honestly, I'd love to tell you guys that it was my idea. It was not. It was Juan's all day. Guys, fucking genius. And it really, it's gonna be good. But yeah, so I guess we should definitely do this. So I'm not gonna do it today, but we'll set up a wax address so that anybody who's watching on the show, if you guys want to send anything at all, tokens, NFTs, make sure you tag them with memos letting us know who you are, where we can find you, blah 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 blah, right? And anything that comes here, we'll give it away on the show and let people know where it came from.
Cool. Yeah.
Why not?
Sounds
right?
Good. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Okay, yeah, it's been the longest 15-minute show ever. Since there's 140 people here, 130 of you probably didn't know, we really were trying to plan on doing 15 to 20-minute shows, and that quickly became obvious. That you barely even get to any of the alpha if you do a 15-minute show. So we haven't even thought of it yet, and sooner or later it's gonna come up. All right, Juan, love you, man. TC, Martian, Ken, thank you so much for sharing it out. Thank you everybody for sharing it out. You guys are rad.
Yeah, thank you everybody.
You're at the beginning of a bull market, I think. And, if that's the case, it's going to get completely bonkers. And, it's funny, like, so how many people like sold Keck this week, right? And again, if you sell for profit, good. I don't care how long you hold it. None of that shit matters. Really doesn't, right? Am I surprised that you're doing it? Yes. But that's just because I have a different strategy. I'm thinking about this a little bit differently. Always take profit. Never take any shit for it, ever. Period. Right? That being said, like, people selling Keck this week, I'm like, oh, you guys don't even know. You can't. And now, if you're up 10x and you sell, like, sure, freaking fantastic. But to me, this is going to look like a bump on a molehill on top of a mountain, right? It's just, that's where it could go. And again, it could also go to zero. Who fucking knows? But like, this is nothing. It's been around for a week. What?
Yeah.
Yep. Now I'm going to find out what's going on with the freaking soul tokens on Solana. There's a lot to do. So let's go do it. Thank you guys. We're here every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go find some cool stuff. Share it with your friends. Share it with us. Tell all your favorite projects to get somebody on the show to talk about it. We'd love to talk to them about it and figure stuff out. Juan, any parting
Yep.
thoughts?
Nothing for today. Just yeah, watch the chat announcement.
Right?
Don't miss it.
Dude, like, are we gonna break Wax when he does this IDO? Like, can it even? Like, what's gonna even happen? It's like when you're gonna have to turn your slippage up to like 100. You know what I mean? Like when you do it in the price could be changing like 30% a second. Who knows? Right?
Who
It's
knows?
really,
Yeah.
hopefully people won't, bot it like some people were doing with some of the drops before. Nobody knows about the chat except for us. So shh. Just us and our 141 friends. That's it. That's good.
That's good.
Anyway, Marston's going to announce. Oh shit! What just happened? Oh, that's funny. Ad blocks just went nuclear. That's fun. Yeah, it at the very least, it's going to be interesting. Like I can guarantee you that. And we'll be there for it. It's gonna be fun. And honestly, like the Chad is I think it's gonna be, a thing that is around for a minute. Like it really could. And the Martian's been around for a while. He's got a collection. He's not messing around. He's doxed. Like it's who knows what the price will be, but it'll be around for a good long while, and that's important to me. But what are the next 5 gonna be? Right. And there's gonna be some dog shit ideas. Don't get
Yeah.
ideas. Don't make that a token. That's annoying. But Ken will probably do it now. For just a little quick story, a little anecdote, because how much we love to just keep talking, and by we I mean me. So when we were first designing the uplift, obviously uplift was built on Minecraft as its base layer. We spent an absurd amount of time combing through the terms of service to make sure we were doing that right. And so a lot of that is like, you have to make the servers okay for kids. That's huge for Minecraft. Of course it is. We were like, okay, well, PG-13 at the very most, and we enforced it ruthlessly, right? Like if you own land, you can do whatever you want with the NFT, but what you do in the server, was pretty tightly sort of looked after, just because again, there's kids rolling around, and we really wanted that.
Yeah.
First thing Ken does, and this we hadn't launched yet, right? we had like basically our demo server up, and I had a bunch of partner projects in. Lisa Chandler calls it the most historical thing that's ever gone on Wax for community stuff. That's before Bags, because Bags is going to be way bigger. But we had like 50 projects, building their headquarters in the uplift. Those things all still exist today, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Native Block headquarters are there.
Yeah, the first thing Ken does was build a dick. Like 5 minutes in.
That's so
like
Ken.
right away.
bro.
Oh man, it was so it's never dull. Anyway, we fixed it. I think he turned it into an airplane. He was very nice about it. Anyway, yeah, big things coming. I'm gonna stop talking now because we got work to do. But I'm astounded that we have this many people here so far, and I'm excited for it. And again, if we all go and drag 5 noobs into Wax, that'll be a good Tuesday. All right, cool beans.
Cool.
Ciao.